You don't know just how happy I am to see R.R. Martin get his comeuppance. Now, you probably don't know what the context of this is, so let's go back a couple of years ago and talk about the Hugo Awards. Now, the Hugo Awards are considered to be the most prestigious awards when it comes to sci-fi authors. And R.R. Martin, as far as I know, never won any Hugo, and that should tell you a lot about these types of awards. And many people have noticed that these awards have become a circle jerk, where you have pretentious people giving awards to each other and promoting their friends and promoting activists rather than good book writers. And a lot of people notice this. A lot of people notice that the only type of stories that they would promote were stories about someone being oppressed, and look how bad oppression is. Isn't oppression really bad? Shouldn't we fight against oppression? You know, the type of stories that make puppies sad. Which is why you finally get the movement called the Sad Poppies. So what the Sad Poppies did is that they registered to vote in these awards, which was something completely legal. It wasn't against the rules. And they voted for authors that, for the first time in forever, were actually writers that wrote good books. But unfortunately, it went against the diversity initiative that this prize has. You see, the people giving the awards prefer giving them to the correct skin color of the author rather than the content of the book. In other words, it's like, I guess if you'd have this award in medieval time, they would look at a book and it's like, who wrote this? A peasant. A peasant wrote this. Take away this garbage. Give me a book written by an actual noble, you know, someone with blue blood. Even if, like, the quantity or the quality of the book would be good, it doesn't matter. It's like, who wrote this? A peasant. That's how they think. You know, very disturbing way of thinking. But anyway, the Sad Poppies changed it. Kind of interesting because, like, the Sad Poppies actually had a couple of people of color as well. Like, they didn't care. If you wrote a good book, you would get the prize, which is pretty much what prizes should be about. But nowadays, like, you see these activists co-opting different prizes and awards, and then expecting that the award would maintain its prestige, even though they're giving the awards to people that aren't really good at writing, to be honest. And people like Martin, yeah, they're not getting awards because they're hated. You know, they're a white guy. He's a peasant. He's not a noble blood. And they constantly attack him. Like, I have seen time and time again how feminists would attack Martin saying, oh, isn't Game of Thrones sexist? I mean, it's got rape in it. You would see people attack him for being a racist. It's like, oh, why aren't there any people of color in Westeros? Isn't it racist? You know, like, all these nonsense. Like, they just wanna get a gotcha on him. And recently, they've managed to get a gotcha on him. But I want to talk about Martin first, and why I think it's good that he's getting his comeuppance. Because when the Sad Poppies came in, the social justice activists were livid. They don't like losing. They don't like losing control and losing power. So what ended up happening is, like, the Guardian and the mainstream media started accusing the Sad Poppies of being racist, sexist, alt-righters, like, all these things under the sun. And Martin stepped in, and he also condemned what the Sad Poppies did. He condemned them on the platter. And Martin, on several occasions, expressed his political leanings. I remember during the migration crisis in Europe, a lot of people were pointing it out, like, look, Martin, in your books, you kind of understand what migration entails, right? And it's like, yeah, but the books are the books. The books are just fictional. This is reality. You need to let them in. Let everyone in, like, unchecked, uncontrolled, unverified. Let them in. So he's a very progressive individual, right? Which makes this even more ironic. Because during the last Hugo Awards, he was the one presenting things, and he got called a racist. So what did he do? Well, let's look at this article. The author dug himself deeper when he seemingly posted a non-apology. It's like, why should he apologize? He didn't do anything wrong. Okay? He is being attacked by lunatics and completely crazy people. There is nothing to apologize for what he did. So what exactly did he do? Well, apparently, he held the Hugo Awards ceremony. He was the presenter. And he misspoke. He mispronounced names of the winners. Alright, so during what should have been a celebration of a well-deserved and diverse group of authors and creators. Like, who even cares, man? Like, seriously, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its author either. Like, who gives a crap? Like, most of the books that I read and I liked, I don't even know who the author is. Like, I'd seen a picture of Jules Verne when I was a kid. I didn't even know who the guy, like, most of these authors, I actually don't even know if Jules Verne is French or he's British or I don't care. Like, that's the last of my concerns, the skin color of the person who wrote the book, you know? Same like when I listen to music. I don't even know how most of these singers look like. I don't give a shit. You know, it's like, don't judge a book by its cover, don't judge a book by its author. You know, judge it by what it's in. But like, no, like, for these people, like, they're worshipping diversity to this point, where they're willing to give a prize to someone that they consider diverse. How is this not worship? Like, you're not worshipping the book. you're not liking the book. No, you're liking the author. So anyway, a well-diverse group of authors and creators. See, it's a circle jerk. Like, they're patting each other on the back. It's like, oh yes, very diverse. Very diverse. Congratulations. This is diverse. Viewers were disappointed. Again, like, I really hate it when they say viewers are disappointed. What is the percentage of the viewers that were actually disappointed? You know, like, why can't we talk about stats? You know, out of 1,000 viewers, how many were disappointed? Because I have seen articles where they claim viewers were disappointed, and then when you go, it's like 2 people on Twitter. I mean, technically it's not wrong, you know, like, yeah, viewers plural, but like, come on, like, create a little bit of context. So the problem is that Martin mispronounced the names of the winners. This is like accusation number 1 of racism. And the second one is that he made lengthy tributes to long dead and problematic white authors. Like, again, it's the skin color, right? Like, it's the peasants. It's the peasants, like the peasantry. How dare he talk about the peasantry? Even if, like, a lot of these long dead and problematic white authors are often the inspiration for newer authors. Because, like, let's be honest, almost everyone that writes a book inspires themselves from previous authors. Like, even Martin says, like, yeah, I inspired myself from Tolkien. You know, like, but yeah, they're problematic. They can't be mentioned. So the thing that really is interesting is, like, mispronouncing the names. Like, motherfucker, do you know how many English people would mispronounce my name? It's very difficult, and I understand. Like, I'm not going to get upset if someone mispronounces my name. Hell, there are even some Romanians that mispronounce my name. There's no biggie. I mispronounced English people's names when I was learning English. And there's probably a couple of people that I would mispronounce as well. Like, I generally don't understand, how is it that people just can't get over some shit nowadays? Like, everything is racism. Like, mispronouncing the name is racism. Like, back in the old days, people had to burn a cross in someone's home in order to be racist. Like, it was actual work, you know? It was performative in nature. You had to break your back carrying the cross in front of someone's home. And nowadays, it's just like mispronounce a name. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you really that retarded? Like, if someone mispronounces my name, is he a racist? Is this what we're implying now? Like, at best, it's laziness, okay? Because apparently, like, these people gave in their names before and send their pronunciation so that the guy can... The guy is like, what, 85? Like, he's probably going to kill over before he can finish his book. You know, like, you're expecting too much of him. But anyway, right, so I wonder, like, how many of these people with their names mispronounced can pronounce mine? Just out of curiosity. And if they can't, are they racist? And the second one is, like, giving celebration to dead authors and shit. It's like, okay, I don't care what an author did. You know, I literally don't care. Like, if, let's say Michael Jackson actually boogered kids. I don't give a fuck. You know, like, he should be in jail when he was alive if they caught him and they sued him. And, you know, if they did something bad, he should be in jail. But I would still like his music because I have the capacity to separate the work from the author. I mean, I generally, like, I'm sorry, normal people do not see problematic things in everything. Alright? Like, if a person is bad, okay, they go to prison. But if they had some work, like some paintings or some books or some music that's actually good, like, that's not going to stop me from listening to it. I'm sorry if if I were to actually not listen to anything that I don't like, well, I would have to stop reading Harry Potter. I would have to not read any H.P. Lovecraft. Like, there are so many things that are from problematic people. And I guess, like, now I should stop reading them? Like, what? But no, like, I'm really glad that Martin is getting this hammering. Like, he grew this community. He is the one that helped these people grow. When the sad puppies were a thing, he could have literally sided with the sad puppies. He could have sided with the people that didn't want this nonsense. But instead, he sided with the people that did want this nonsense. So now the nonsense is coming after him. Like, they're livid that on Twitter, he said, "We are all full of weakness and errors. Let us mutually pardon each other on our follies." And they consider this to be a non-apology. It's like, he shouldn't apologize. Like, I'm sorry, he did nothing wrong. Okay, he mispronounced some names. All right. Everyone mispronounces names that are from a foreign language. It's normal, Like, again, anyone who doesn't think that, try to pronounce my name. And if you can't do it, I guess you're racist and you should be fired, right? Is that how we're doing things now? At least it's entertaining. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.